So in today's video, I'm going to take you through my entire live trading session. I'm going to show you guys my entries, exits, my thought processes behind them, and overall keep you guys up to date on what I'm currently teaching my private team. Okay, first things first, I'm going to break down my screens for you guys. On the right side, we got TradingView because it's simply the best for markups and analysis. The bottom left is my broker's web trader. At the top is my private team's journal. That's what I use to journal. And let's break down my watch list here. So these are the markets I usually look at every single morning. So let's just work down the list. Top-down analysis, looking at the daily, and then going to go down to the scalping time frames of 5 minute to 1 minute. That's where I usually place my scalping trades. So US 30 first. Yesterday we got a sell at the top here. We should have been holding it because it still looks healthy as hell, but pretty much the reason why I have this zone marked out is because this is an area of rejection / support back here, and then right here rejected off of it, came up through it, and then used it for support a bit, then it came through it again, and obviously it's using it as resistance right now to the downside. So I'm short bias on US 30 on the macro time frames. So the most probable things I would be looking for right now is for rejections off of this blue zone, which it probably looks like we are getting right now, to join in on this selling pressure down. So let's go down to the 1 hour. It'll give us a bit more insight on what's happening. Our last position was right here. As you can see, we missed out on a bunch of the movement down. And the thing that we got to take in consideration on US 30 is that we are starting to show rejections off of this price point, which is an area of interest because it's where price has been consolidating for a little bit and it's kind of just bouncing around trying to figure out what it's doing. But since we are at this price point now, clearly in the past price has used it as support, shooting back up, and as resistance. So the most probable thing, since we are already trading underneath it, is that it finds some kind of resistance and shoots back down. Now the question is, when it comes to scalping, is where it's going to reject. It's possible it could reject right now. It's possible it could continue moving back up and then reject, or it's possible that it continues moving back up and does something like it did in the past, starts to use it as support and continues moving up. So that's the tricky part with scalping, is that you need to figure out when price is going to be rejecting off of key points if you guys are trading to my strategy, which right now we'll go down to the 5 minute and look for any signs of rejections. So we had one touch of it pretty much right here, rejected off. We had a second touch, rejected off, and clearly these are higher highs and higher lows because it's still moving up. So the next thing I'd be looking for is a couple red candle closes that bring us down like that. Probably not that drastically, but after we get a little bit more of a push up, or even just right here we get a couple 5 minute candle closes, then I would be interested in taking a sell like that, aiming for the lows, like something like that. But for right now, there's no trades that are interesting me in US 30 just yet until market develops a little bit more. So I'll put an alert right here while we go check out and break down the other markets, which is my favorite market, Euro USD. Yesterday's trade, we caught this sell, pretty good sniper entry for that movement. And we'll go down to the daily. So this, obviously, if you guys can't see that this is a major macro support resistance level, then I don't know, you guys need to go watch like one of those free courses on YouTube. So clearly price has been using it as support as in the past, and then also resistance. And clearly this past little bit, since price has been below it, it's going to be using it as resistance, which it has for 1, 2, 3 massive moves. And I'm actually in a massive macro swing trade on my big investor account, but that's not really what I'm focusing on right now. I'm focusing on trying to get in on these micro movements intraday for scalping purposes on this account. So what I'd be looking for is I'd be looking for the momentum to shift sometime here off one of these smaller time frame support slash resistance levels to see what kind of market structure we are getting. But since we've had a pretty massive rejection to the upside down here, and then we started to trade off of this level, and now we're trading above it for scalping purposes, you could say that longs in the immediate where it is are more probable than it continuing to push down, because now it's going to be using these support resistance levels as support now in forward or upward momentum. And this isn't a trend line. This was me just visually showing you guys that we're still in a downtrend yesterday, so I can delete that, and we'll go down on the 5-minute time frame, see what's going on. So we're kind of just like floating around this 1 hour support level, and the thing I'd be looking for is to see if we get rejections back down. But this is pretty bad price action right here, because we're kind of in like a 5-minute key consolidation zone that's on top of a higher time frame support level, which basically means price is trying to figure out if it's gonna push up or it's figuring out if it's going to push down. So we don't really have confirmation of what it's going to be doing yet. So this would be risky to take any trade to the upside or downside. But since we're in an overall downtrend, the most probable thing I would be looking for is just looking for rejections somewhere around here to take a sell and hope that it holds the overall macro trend of continuing to fall down. So at the moment, not really looking for anything on Euro USD, just because this is pretty bad price action in terms of it trying to tell us where it's going to be going in the next couple hours. So Solana on the daily, I'm still in my big investor long on this trade too, which I entered like right here. Been swinging it for like the last week. The fees on it are pretty crazy right now, but looking for the thing I would be looking for is for shorts, because on the daily time frame we had another massive rejection off of this price point, which it seems like price does not want to break above it. But if it does, I'm going to have a massive payoff for me and my investors. So let's go down to the 1 hour. So we're kind of floating in the middle of this consolidation zone. You could try to be trading off of these support resistance levels, but then again, crypto is pretty volatile. So you can mark out this shit and say that if price comes up and shows rejections off it, we can try to get in on the selling pressure, which it has been for the past couple days. But that's a pretty risky trade. But for the time being, that is a position that I would be interested in taking if we get a little bit of a recovery into this zone and then start to show signs of rejections back down. And it's possible that I will take that. So I will set an alert for Solana, because that's interesting for scalping purposes. Bitcoin, we'll go down to go up to the daily on Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, we're finally breaking above this big support resistance level that we've been trading off of the past couple days, and clearly we're using it as support now. So the thing I would be looking for is looking for it to bounce back up off of it, and clearly we're starting to get that. So right now it might be too late to enter in on this position, but it also could be the correct time to be entering in on it as well. But the thing is, we might get another push down before it decides to come back up. So this could be an interesting take. This was from yesterday's analysis. We didn't really take it, but it kind of played out to it. But it does look healthy to join in on the momentum. But the move, I would have wanted to take it after this 5-minute candle there, because we would already be in profit, where it could jiggle around a little bit. So if I were to enter like right here where it is, it could jiggle down a bit and put us into drawdown. So I might enter Bitcoin if it comes back down GU, still macro side of things, looks like Euro USD looks like it should be coming back up for a retest of this major macro support level and then start to show signs of rejections back down. Then that would be an interesting place for me to take on my big macro account. But for scalping purposes, we are kind of just floating around this 1 hour support resistance level, exactly like Euro USD, but this one looks healthier for longs. Actually, we came up over top of it, came back down for a retest, and now we're shooting back up. Have a couple green candle 5-minute candle closes to the upside, which is actually to my entry model. So this one looks healthy for longs. For something like that, I might take the GU trade, USD CAD top down analysis. Let's see what's going on. So it looks like we might be starting to get a little movement back up to fill up this imbalance right here. Let's go down to the smaller time frame. So we're above this red line now, and it played exactly to what my analysis was yesterday, where I said, yesterday was around here, where I said if it starts to show signs of rejections off of this blue box, it's probably a good area to buy it. And clearly it came back up off of it. So we missed that entry because we took other trades which played out in our favor, but this would have been another entry that we could have gotten yesterday. So the next thing I'd be looking for is for it to show signs of rejections where it's currently dropping off of this area on the 5-minute, and then I would be looking to continue to get longs off of it. So something like that. So this one looks like it's going to be setting up soon if it shows signs of rejections back up, which this one could be showing us an entry in the next, like, I don't know, 10 to 30 minutes. So I have an alert set for USD CAD. So the trades that I'm most interested in are probably rejections back down to the downside on US 30 in this blue box area, and then the Euro USD, no, nothing on Euro USD, and then the Bitcoin buy, which clearly it's continuing to push up, but the next thing I would be looking for is for it to come back down to like this area and then continue moving back up. So I'm going to set an alert for the Bitcoin buy. That's interesting that I could be taking soon. The GU trade looks healthy for the top side as well. And the USD CAD trade is the one I'm most interested in right now. So the next thing we got to do is just wait for market to develop, and I'm just going to be watching these until I get an entry signal, or if I don't. But until then, we just kind of chill out and wait till market to develop and show us what it needs to show us for us to enter in a trade. So the ones that I'm probably going to enter is if we get a couple red candle closes on US 30, I'll enter a sell. Or USD CAD, if we get a couple green candle closes to the upside, I'll enter a buy. Those are the two I'm going to be watching until I get an entry signal from either one of them. So I entered in a US 30 sell. It's a little bit of a FOMO entry, but it still looks like it could push down. Aiming for these lows right there. Pretty tight stop loss on it too, so it's risky. Having tight stop loss like this on US 30 is extremely risky. So this is the position right here, especially since we don't have solid confirmations to the downside just yet, but there are enough support resistance levels that it needs to bounce off of before it hits our stop loss. And I'm looking to get a very good sniper entry on this position. So that is why I'm entering so soon, before 100% confirmation that it's going to be continuing to push it down, because I want to maximize this entire move. And also, USD CAD broke out of this support level right here. So the next thing I'm waiting for is just for it to show signs of rejections back up. but that's not going to be for the next like 10 or so minutes. Solana is looking healthy to continue pushing down as well. Bitcoin looks like it might not come all the way down where I said it would, but it looks like it's came down a little bit, then it's going to continue shooting up. I don't really want to double up on positions today like I have been the last couple days, so I'm just going to rock with the US 30 trade right now. And then if I get stopped out, I'll be looking at the other markets, which would be USD CAD, Solana, and Bitcoin. But for now, we're just chilling, seeing what's going to happen with this trade. I trailed my stop to $500 profit, and that eliminates our risk on the trade. So pretty much it's a risk-free trade now, and no matter what happens, we are making $500 profit. So now we just ride this out and see if price wants to take us out at my trailing stop for $500 or if it wants to continue rocking. And as we develop more market structure, I will continue to lower my trailing stop above significant highs in this little down push that we're getting until eventually we get taken out. This way it maximizes our profit while also locking in profit and keeping us safe. Our trailing stop just got hit for $527 profit. So I'm going to journal this trade and look for any other opportunities. Otherwise, I'm just going to call it. So I just entered in this Bitcoin buy, just looking for this to be a flag in this overall little uptrend. So that's what I'm betting off of right now. Here is the position that I'm in. Stops just below there, aiming just for like the highs right there. Quick and easy position. Let's see where my exact entry is. So just looking for a quick impulsive move up so that we can get a quick gain on this trade. So my position is right at these highs, and I'm just aiming for it to reach the high right there. And let's see what happens with this Bitcoin trade. Already almost up $1,000. We're up $1,000 right now. And just looking for it to continue pushing up for a quick impulsive move up. If we get candle closes above this little red line or this little 1 minute support right here, I'm gonna eliminate risk. Since crypto is so volatile, as you guys can see, a big push up randomly, it's good to eliminate risk quick before it turns down against you, especially since we're already up $1,600. So we got a candle close, which means I'm already going to eliminate risk. So I'm going to eliminate risk, and I'm going to trail my stop to lock in at least 500 profit, because it seems like we do have volatility right now, which is a good thing for us in terms of it raging to our take profit, but also it's a bad thing just in case it wants to fall down and stop us out. So my trailing stop is like right here ish. So we'll see if it wants to stop us out for $500 or continue pushing. If it hits full take profit, it'll be $3,000. But at the very least for the day, we are going to be up $1,000, which is hitting my profit goal for the day, which my profit goal every single day is $1,000. It still looks healthy to continue pushing up. It's possible if we continue this upward momentum that I just continue just trailing my stop and take off my original take profit just to maximize the overall move. But it looks like since there is volatility, we're going to have a push down and it's going to stop us out for 500. Still continuing on this push up, and I am liking what I'm seeing. It kind of looks like it's going to continue pushing up, so I might even trail my stop into this market structure right here. But our trailed stop is kind of protected under this most recent low right here, which is a good thing. Which means that it seems like since it did find some kind of support right here at the top of these highs, it looks like it's going to continue pushing back up and hopefully hit or take profit. So we got hit for our trailing stop profit for 521.37, which is unfortunate because it seems like it's flagging down. That's going to continue pushing back up, but that's fine. I'm good with $1,000 profit for the day on trailing stops. 521.37. I'm gonna journal this and then I'm gonna break down the trades, and I'm calling it for the day because I made my profit goal of over $1,000. So the first trade of the session was this US 30 sell for $527 profit. The breakdown of this trade is we started to show signs of rejections off of a 1 hour support level. So we waited for them on the 5-minute. We got confirmations on the 5-minute chart, and then we entered. And once we dropped down a bit, down here is when I trailed my stop to $500 profit. It came up, hit our trailing stop, and it looks like it's dropping back down, which is unfortunate, but $500 is $500. Let's go check out trade number 2. So the second trade was this Bitcoin long for $521 profit. This blue line right here was another 1 hour support level / resistance level that we've been trading off of the past couple days. And we started to show signs of rejections off of it right here. And I said that I believe that this is just a flag in the overall rejection and it's going to do something like that, which it kind of did. It started out doing that. If we go down to the 1 minute, as soon as we entered, it flew up into over $2,000 profit. That's when I trailed my stop to lock in $500 profit, which seems like was a good thing because it seems like it's starting to come back down right now. So it's a good thing that that hit our trailing stop compared to the US 30 trade, because it seems like we would be going into drawdown right now. So overall for the day, 2 trades, 100% win rate, a total net P&L of $1,048. Not too bad for just over an hour of work. And if you guys like this type of video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and also join the Discord if you guys want to follow along with these trades in real time. And I'll see you guys in the next one.